Hello, everyone. So I need to look at YouTube to find out how many people are up and in. Hello. So Silas, when are we having the YouTube link? Oh, great, thank you. Hey. Hello. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. We live. We live. Okay, so let's give people some more minutes to join. I can see it building up. We have 31 people. So when we have about 100 people in, then we'll get started. Hope that is fine. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So we have 39 people so far. Yeah, and I can see their comments already, so let's wait till it grows to about 100 people, then we get started. Hello, everyone. You're welcome. For those of you just joining us, we are waiting for more people to join the session on YouTube. When we have about 100 people watching, then we'll get started. Welcome everyone once again. Good afternoon. So you're welcome to today's question and answer session for Zuri internship. So far we have 73 people on YouTube. So we're waiting for more people to join. When we have 100 people, we'll get started. So we should have that in about 5 minutes, hopefully. Hope we're all ready. I wish I can have some comments and conversation going, so I'm not the only one talking right now. 82 people. Okay, we're almost there. Okay. Can everybody hear me? Am I audible enough?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Okay, thank you. All right, we're almost there. 9 more people to go. Keep it coming, guys. Please tell your friends to get in. 4 more people to go. Speaking, please. They said you people are looking fresh. Why are you seeing this money, guys? Awesome. 97 now. Thanks, Irene Zencho. I see you. All right, 95. Some people are leaving. Anyways, we see 100, we get started. Somebody said it's 100. I've not seen 100 though. Paul, I've not seen 100 yet. Okay, maybe something is wrong from here. So let's assume we have 100 already. So yeah, good afternoon once again, everybody. You are welcome to another career session. In this session, we'll be talking more, we're going to be taking more of question and answer. But first, we'll start with talking to some of our mentors on their journey, how they transition from being a student or whatever they were into tech. So yes, I see over 100 now. So yeah, let's get started. So for start, we are going to be having Tomiwa. You guys have met him before. He's known as Ghoster, something like that. Tomiwa, it would have been nice to have your code name here, like your mentor name up here to help me. All right, so we are starting with Tomiwa. Tomiwa is a front-end developer. So yeah, he's got 5 minutes to talk to us about who he is and how he transitioned into tech. And yeah, Tomiwa, you have the floor now.
Hello, how you doing, guys? So, my name is Tomiwa Ajayi, and I'm known as Ghost Coder. Don't mind whatever Tom was saying, please. Right. So, December 2019, I finished from school, OAU, Select. And around time I wrote my final exams, I had a classmate, one of my best friends till now. His elder brother is a senior developer in Germany, and he was walking in the footsteps of his brother. So every time we were at my dad's office, then he's always coding, and he was the best in the set. So very smart guy. And I always see him always shouting React. Then we finished the exams, did defense in February. After defense in February, he just said, "Yeah, you do this thing now." So then I started with free code camp, did HTML, CSS. I never finished. I think fun fact, I've never finished any tutorial I started before. So yeah, started doing little things here and there. Then I heard about front-end mentor shortly after I started. So do little things with HTML and CSS, but I didn't know what I was doing, right? Then Start NG came around in March. I started there, and I think the greatest help that Start NG provided for me was the people I met, right? And three people in particular that pushed me in Start NG was Tommy Singh, Jeff, and Gabesh, right? Those 3 guys, solid guys. And Gabesh was always dropping motivation for us in random then. and he would always tell you, go, rather than watch videos, go to MDN, go and read up on JavaScript and all. So then sleep with MDN. And at the time it was coronavirus period. So I wasn't doing anything with my life. So from morning till night, just sit down with this thing and all that. So I made friends there and I just kept trying to do stuff, even though to be honest, I had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that tasks were given and then I'll try and rush and make sure that I deliver in record time, right? Either I'll go and copy from YouTube or go and do one thing or the other. But I was just making sure that I was doing those tasks, right? So made it to finalists there, then started with HNG. Now, HNG was a game changer because it was very, very, very fast paced and just had to deliver. So I think the fact that it was fast paced, I always had to try and meet up with tasks and deliver. So what helped me mostly for HNG was this. So while we were on Slack, we had a group of people, right? I think about 8 of us. And this was just motivation to each other here and there, right? Of which about the 8 people there that were there together, I think about 6 of us are mentors in this internship right now. So it was always ginger for each other, right? And yeah, I think that would be one of the things that I would say that has helped me so far. Because then, because post HNG, anything I do, maybe I'm trying to get something done and everything, we moved our group from Slack to WhatsApp. So I do something, hey guys, I did this. What do you think of it? Oh, you could have done this here, you could have done this here, you could have done this here. Same thing with them. And then we just feed each other. And yeah, one of the people that I respect till tomorrow and I still reach out to every now and then is Oinda Mola. I think you guys name as top developer, right? That guy is a fantastic guy, right? He's just a dog, but aside that, he's a really, really fantastic front-end developer, right? So because then all the magic that Oin used to do with JavaScript, I'll be like, Tomo, you can never know these things, right? But I think consistently, I tried to transition from tutorials to actually doing things on my own and trying to hack around, go to Stack Overflow and all that, because I figured that it was easy to get caught in just doing what a tutorial guy is doing, right? So even if I would do tutorial, I'll finish the tutorial from start to finish. And then when it's done, I'll try and do stuff on my own from beginning to end. And if I run into a problem, I'm not going back to the tutorial. I'm going to Google to go and try and figure out what the issue is, right? So I think that's one of the things that helped me so far. So yes, HNG finished. We made finalists there, right? I mean, we just want more actually, right? So I got my first job.
Thank you, Thomas. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I'll soon be doing that. I got my first job October. Yes, October last year. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I stayed in February and by October I got my. And then I resumed and I figured that man, I didn't shit because, and I'll just like to say that while you're learning, while you're getting started, you're just trying to learn the basics. It's a whole different ball game when you actually get hired by a company because at that point there's a whole lot of responsibility in it. So I think what I'll just say in the end is that start as you mean to carry on. If you want to be serious with this, be serious with it. Move with people, find the right set of people to move with. And yeah, there's countless opportunities. I'm no longer where I was. Like, I'm no longer with the company I was earlier. I'm somewhere else now.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so you moved like twice since you started, right?
Yes, I've moved twice.
If I heard you correctly, between September and now, you've moved twice.
Yes.
Awesome. Wow, impressive. Well done, Tomiwa. So that's it. Remember, Tomiwa is a front-end guy, and I'm sure we pick a lot from what he had said. So if you didn't, then you can always watch the replay of the video on YouTube. So the next person we'll be talking to now, thank you so much, Tomiwa. So we'll be having Abbas, King Gabesh, as you all know him by, on Zuri Slack channel. Abesh is a back-end engineer. So Abesh, the floor is yours.
I check. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So Hi guys, good afternoon from Nigeria. My name is Abasakekure, but you can know me as King Gabesh. So I'm really excited to be here and to just give you a little closure on my journey so far. So tech for me started off seriously in 2019, but then I just gone back to Abuja and I was working as a customer service representative. So I think I saw a quote somewhere which said, if you know how to read, then you can code. It got me intrigued, and I looked into code academy. Then I just looked a little Python just a day, and I was bored, and that was it. I never went back to it. So in 2019, my guy, my very close friend then in school, he told me that I learned PHP at a boot camp, and I'm getting a job soon. And it was really nice for me. And I said, so how are you doing this thing? How do I go about it? And he let me know. And I just started. I wrote my first Hello World on Solo Learn. That was in April 2019. So when I wrote that, it was kind of nice. It made me feel good. I felt like a creator. I felt innovative. And that feeling was something I not felt in a long time. So I had a job going 8 to 6. I worked 8 to 6. I had night shifts 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. and it was really tough trying to combine the two. But then I had that zeal and I knew where I was going. So I picked it up front end obviously. I did HTML, CSS. I started out on W3 schools personally. And then I got a scholarship from it's quite but I knew that it's gonna take time. I'm going to get this I moved to start entry. So the real stuff started at start entry. Because you cannot very fast. Something people don't really realize. So when I got to start entry at first, everything was cool. I got to parley with some people. So there was a guy, Jude, my guy then, Aaron's too. We had like a clique. So we did a lot of tutorials. It was just 5 weeks of a rush and all that. And we had mentors guiding us. But then we were able to push through, we delivered the project in like 5 weeks answer this. So then it moved on to HNG. When it got to HNG, people with different backgrounds, varying levels of experience. But personally, I like to focus on myself. I don't like to measure my journey using another man's metric. So what I like to do is I look at myself and like, where was I yesterday? Where am I today? And that kept me feeling good about myself. So I got to HNG and moved between teams, met friends, had a community. Again, you need to make friends a lot. Making friends is people would always reach out to you when there's an opportunity. So I met that friend. I think can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Abesh. At a point it was bad, but right now it's stable. So go on, please.
Oh, because I saw some comments saying they could not hear me. Okay, sorry about that, please. So like moving forward, like I said, so HNJ was quite fast paced and the environment was nice. I liked it because I was, the tasks were coming every week and you had to deliver and stuff. And I worked with a very close group. So the contribution had to be visible. It wasn't visible, of course, you get kicked out. I was learning JavaScript on the side, still do my stuff. I thought to myself, what else? What do I do? And then I said, you know what? I think I do well with logic. I mean,
all right, sorry about that, guys. I think finally the network got the best part of Abesh. So let's wait for him to come back. While we at that, we can have our next speaker, and that will be Charles. So Charles is a design mentor. Charles, can you please introduce yourself? And please tell our people about your journey into tech. Is Charles in there? Charlesy, I can't hear you. Hello, Charles, are you here? Okay, so since Charles was also kicked out, I guess Charles and Gabesh are using the same network. Who can guess what network that is? I didn't say anything. So let's move on to our mobile mentor. Gabesh is not back yet, is he? Okay, I think he's back. Please hold on. Gabesh, are you good now?
I'm back. Sorry. I don't even understand what these guys are doing.
I was telling everybody it's not Glow. It's not Glow, right? You need to switch network. We are losing you again, Gabesh. I think you're oh Lord. I think you're out again, Gabesh. Are you still here?
I'm actually speaking like as we speak.
Okay, say something again. Say something again, please. You can turn off the video. Probably that will help to increase the quality of the conversation.
It's totally free for you, and it means so much to me. When you subscribe, make sure you press that bell icon to be notified when my next video drops. Mistake number 5.
Osato, can you mute your mic, please? Thank you. So, Gabesh, you good? Oh dear, he's gone again. Okay, so let's move on to the next person. Charles, are you ready? Is your network good? Because it seems I lost you at the time.
Yeah, give me a minute. I'm trying to get myself together.
Okay. All right, so then let's go with Emma. Emma is a mobile mentor, so let's have him on his journey into tech. Let's go, Emma. Emma, you're not audible enough.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Is that Gabesh?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay, Emma, please hold on. So, Gabesh, you can please go on. You have 2 minutes to round up, Gabesh. Thank you.
That's crazy. So as I was saying, so yeah, HNG was quite cool, and I met a community, and that was important because people used to reach out to me and are you open to that? Are you open to that? My first gig was even after HNG, or someone I knew on the workspace, and it was that's how it's been. Then so after HNG, I decided to go into backend fully, which was with Node.js. I learned on my own, obviously. I took a course, a very extensive course that seemed kind of too much for someone just starting out. I had to learn everything there was and started working on projects. That was really important. I was contracting, I would say. I worked for different people. My job then, the job I got after HNG was, I got a job like 2 months after HNG. My stack then was basically PHP and React, but then I was contracting with Node.js on the side. So I worked on various systems with Node.js, and that really broadened my experience. And then after that, I moved forward. I moved from Abuja, where I was, and then I came to Lagos for a Node.js role. And then when I moved there, I got another opportunity again, Node.js. I moved there, and then I got another opportunity again, Node.js, and then I finally moved there. So, of course.
So sorry, Gabesh. So altogether, you've moved how many times between 2019 and now?
Like 4 times.
Madu, go on, please.
Yeah. So basically, the point was, at a point, things were not really moving. I felt like, of course, I was getting my work done, but then I wasn't getting rewards. So I wasn't feeling like I was getting there. But of course, there's so much passion, and there's so much you can do with passion. At the point, you need to see actual results. So you need to see that you're actually getting value for what you think you're doing. But then I still kept at it. And of course, I would just like to encourage anyone. You might be at a point where you think that things are not moving forward, but then you could have like 1,000 no's. Many people could say no to you, but just 1 yes could make things different for you. But the most important thing, anyway, I would say, is that you should try to keep up the community, because after I joined the community of JavaScript developers, and it was like a WhatsApp group. It was a very close WhatsApp group. Tomiwa is there as well. Even source code is there as well. It's a lot of advanced JavaScript guys that have moved outside, guys that are in different parts of the world. So they open your eyes to the endless possibilities you can possibly achieve, or the main achievements you could actually aim for. So that was quite important for me as a developer. So that's it for me.
Thank you very, very much, Gabesh. Thank you so very much, especially for the nuggets. I hope everybody heard that in this journey, you have to be passionate and you must be able to add value as well as seek value in whatever you do. And for those of us that are new and then we find some of these tasks challenging and all of that, don't give up, keep going, and then eventually you'll see the light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you very much. That's a good one, Gabesh. So let's have a female mentor talk now. Motum, are you ready for this? Let's have Motum talk about our journey into tech. We all know who Motum is, right? Motum.
Okay. So sorry that my video is not on. I will still put it on, but I'll give me a few minutes. So my journey into tech was okay. Let me start from the beginning. So I'm so sorry for this noise. So I studied mathematics in the university. I studied mathematics in the university and I finished in year 2014. But before year 2014, I was already like working in my final year. I was working an admin role as a customer service personnel for like a medical outfit then, right? So after NYSC, getting a job wasn't hard for me because like I had experience already with right? So I know one of the things that all these offices look for is experience. So like getting a job wasn't hard. And I was there for so it's an admin role. So I kept on changing companies because all these admin roles, the pay is not much and I like money, right? So I kept on changing roles till like 2018. I kept changing roles to like 2018. So in 2018, my sister told me, my sister asked me that, do I want to do tech? Because she was working in a tech firm then. And she said that the money is plenty. My ears just opened that, wait a minute, I wanted to do this tech before, right? It was not how Nigeria economy is. I had to focus on where it was easy and everything, right? So I told her that, yes, I wanted to do tech. But prior to that, I tried with Andela. But that particular course, I didn't meet up with the study time and taking the test. So like I didn't like get into Adela. And I'm a mom, by the way, so I could not really say I wanted to wait that long for the next cohort to now try again. So I had to like get a job. So I got an admin role and I was working there till I finally left the admin role. I left this particular workplace then, and I was doing my own business. I started my own business, right? And my staff told me of the tech opportunity. And in my head, I was like, okay, I tried it before. I wanted to do tech. The whole idea was to do cyber security at the end of the day, right? And like this was like a stepping stone. So so when she told me about it, I was like, are you sure these people are like going to take me? Like, I can't remember what I led for Andela or like, it was funny. But she said I should know what that she would talk to the manager that I would fit into, right? The manager of the role I was going to fit into. I went for the interview. I see the thing is that unlike like every other person, my interview wasn't like the regular kind of interview. We were like 5 that day, right? And when it was my turn, I was the last person in the interview that day. When it was my turn, I could see the frustration and tiredness of the interview crew. And I already started that people that came before me, I already read my chances before I even had my chance, like to present myself. And I
Motum's network.
I'm a happy person. Body, a happy face. Like no, is my skill. And they interviewed. what I had done prior to that. So before the interview, I like done a few things, laid my hands on a few things. I like had skeleton. It wasn't professional. Hello. Hello.
We can hear
Hello.
you now. The network is bad, but it's coming
Yeah.
around.
Okay. So I showed him like a few things that I did, and they were like impressed. So according to what I heard later was every other person that they interviewed prior to my time didn't have anything to show, and we were all interviewing for an intern role. Yeah, I started as an intern, and mine was like the best for that day. So I got in and I started like 2 weeks after, and that was how I started my journey in tech. Unlike my predecessors, I have not been changing jobs. Like my own targets, my own personal target has been different. I've been, I have been like, there's growth for me where I am presently. So it's not like I'm just there because I want to be there or because I have no choice than to be there. So there has been growth for me. I'm not the level I used to be in 2018, both career-wise, both salary-wise. But money is important, right? And I've been there till now. So
thank you very much, Motum. But you didn't tell us what field though. I'm sure everybody would want to know if you're a front end, back end. Okay, so I know that Motum is a front end front end developer. I don't know. Her network seems to be completely off, and she's an amazing one at that. She currently works with Softcom. She didn't say that either. So yeah, she's still around. When we have the question and answer session, you guys can ask further questions. Okay, so let's move on. Our next speaker will be Charles. Charles is a designer, and Charles, the floor is open for you. Please do us the honor.
Thank you so much, Motum. I hope I got that correctly.
Yes, you
Okay.
did.
Okay, cool. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Charles, and most of you will know me. I don't know what you know me as, but yeah, I'm currently a UI UX designer. And I started the whole tech thing back in 2018, I think, or 2017/18, sha. And that was back in Abia State. I was in Abia State. I was in school then. And I had just heard about the whole tech field, the whole tech sector, and coding being big then. And what I studied was computer engineering. I spent 5 years, and I'm just going to say it now, I don't advise anybody to do a 5 year course in Nigeria. Just do a 4 year course, get your BSc and move. Except probably you want to do the 5 year course. Yeah. But anyway, moving on. I I I then heard about the Andela ALC community back then. I think I was in 1.0, 2.0 sha. And funny thing is, for their first, if that was their first, I think they had a product design track then. But because I hadn't heard nothing about product design in Nigeria before then, I was just starting out, and the only thing I saw everywhere was coding, front end and back end. I went to the front end track. So we finished that. I think they partnered with Udacity back then. So it was just like learning on Udacity basically. But of course, you get a degree. And so once I finished with that, I was still in the East then. I think I was in Owerri by now. So at Owerri, I was still looking out for opportunities. Then I was always searching Google for opportunities. I had alerts set up to get alerts in my email, you know. And so during all this process back in Owerri and searching for opportunities, I came across Oluwaka Center. It's a center somewhere inside Owerri, somewhere remote, I would say. So they were calling for their first cohort, and they were basically calling for front end people, back end people, nothing about designers. at this point, I still didn't even know anything about design. I was hearing about one particular designer that was, we were back then and was like, an authority because it was basically just him. So we started the whole cohort thing at Olwaka, and it was pretty slow. I was doing the whole front end thing, HTML, CSS. I particularly like looking at a good website or a good application and the beauty of it and the aesthetics. So I was going through that. We're doing Angular, and during Angular classes, I'll be having headache. No matter how many times the tutor kept explaining, by the time my head will be on the desk. And
that was my story too.
And all this
Coding
was
is
going on.
crazy.
I was like, when does this actually get when do I actually start doing this thing? Because I can't be having this thing this difficult now, please. But along the line, a friend now mentioned that hey, since you're like, you're good at front end, and you like the beauty part of everything, the aesthetics and all that, why don't you try doing UI UX? Because Hotels of NG had the UI UX track in I think in their fourth cohort, because I was in the fifth one. And I told myself, okay, I'll try it out. Once the fifth cohort applications are called for, that I was going to apply. He was also good in front end, but I don't know why he didn't go for UI UX too, but I went for it in the fifth cohort, and that was my first time trying my hands out on anything UI UX design. So I was basically learning through the cohort, and with Mark there, it was quite grilling. So so from then I've been a freelancer majorly. I just recently started applying to office work because of income flow. It's and all that. So yeah, that's basically been all. Yeah.
Okay, so for the sake of people who will have questions based on the last thing you said, because of income flow, you are looking at probably getting a paid gig where you get something on a monthly basis. That does not mean that you've not been making money. It's just, that consistency from making something at the end of every month, basically.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Charles. Thank you so very much. So on to Emma. Emma, are you ready now? Can we have you, please? Hey, so Emma, the last time you spoke, it was really low, and it's still the same as we speak. Can you help us work on your mic? Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, awesome, Emma. Awesome. Let's go.
Okay, nice one. Nice one. Okay, so my journey actually started from, I would say in the year 2019. At that point, actually, I did design, a lot of design. I have design experience. I did graphics in school while I was in school. So I had a friend, when I came out of school, I had a friend who did a startup. Before then, I worked with several companies, and then my own personal job, contract jobs on design. And then I had a friend, and he had a startup idea. So he has done a lot of things on the startup space before. So he was like, Emma, please, I want you to join me. We want to create this particular company, and I want you to come in with your experience. We had done something before, similarly in school then. So I wanted to come in as design and then strategy. Because at that point, I was really more into the abstract part of design, even branding itself, company branding. So that was it. But at a point in time, I was feeling like I could do more. I could learn more. I want to do more. And most of the time I get ideas because I did a lot of ideation. So I had ideas of apps, businesses, things that could be done with technology and a lot. So, but somehow I was feeling this deficiency, like I could learn something. And then within the company too, of course, we had shares in the startup. And then there's one of our friend also. He had one of the highest shares because it does, is into tech. So that actually gave him leverage to have so it was one of our most prized co-founders at the time. So the company was, of course, on tech. So later on, actually, we had one or two things that actually came up. And I asked him, I said, I don't know, I'm feeling like I need to learn something. He said, man, you're really good with what you do, UI and all of that. I said, why don't you but you're really, really, really good. I don't know, maybe just expand on it, maybe look for another angle or something. But for me, I felt like, I don't know. And I even look at what it does. Most times you tell him what to do. We don't like this, we want this as a product, we want that. I'm like, I can do this. So on one particular day, I was told, being in charge of product design, I was told to make an app design. So, and for the company. So we wanted to, make our UI on, yes, of course, make our UI. So I was watching a video on Scratch then. So after the particular video tutorial, the next tutorial that I played was the fundamental game changer for me. So because I wanted to skip it, it was more like, it just played into it, and it was easily to pay someone to develop an app for you. How about you build it yourself? So that was what the conversation actually sent that in. So the guy was trying to bring the pros and cons of each of them. When I finished watching that tutorial, I told myself, I'm going to be a mobile developer. That was where the decision, just from that video, I made that decision. So yes. So I started doing Java, and it was quite interesting. And I was doing design too. Of course, I did contract job with designs. But at the point I saw that if I continue doing design and knowing for the fact that I really want to do this, I won't be able to really move at the pace that I really wanted to move. So interestingly for me, I started turning down contract jobs that were coming in for design. I started reducing it. So it was a very crazy experience for me, actually, because you really need support, especially for some of us that are you're not 19, you are no longer 16 or 17, where you still have your parents, you still stay with your parents and all of that. And then you have all forms of other financial support. So for someone that's you're already in the, how will I put it now? You're already in the workforce, you're already in the system. And then you say you want to quit your number one source of income, and then you want to learn something critically. So it was that way. So I got one or two support from some friends financially, but I really, really went into it deeply. So yes, SoloLearn was one of my go-to app, amazing platform actually. So SoloLearn was there. Also, there are some great tutors I followed on YouTube there. And also for me, actually, I don't know how to cram. So if I don't know something, I don't know it. So if I want to learn something, I make sure I know what I'm learning. So if I'm looking at a mentor and it's more like you can't really explain something that well to me, I just have to find someone that really know what they're doing, because I really want to know this thing. So there's no joke about it. So and my own way of learning too is, if I want to learn on one topic, for instance, I can download like 5 or 10 videos with just one thing. And then at the end of the day, I know that I really know this thing. So that was it. It was very, very intensive then. Even most of my friends then were like, Emma, what's up now? You're too aggressive on this thing you're learning. I just saw it like what I wanted to do. Like this is, and I needed to be fast on it, because I needed this thing to start giving me good return in a short while, because of course, yeah. So that was it. And then I think interestingly too,
Emma, seems like money is everyone's driving force in this life.
No. Money was not my driving originally. Actually, I didn't learn it because I wanted to be employed. Actually, I actually learned it because I had lots of product ideas that I wanted to build, startup ideas. So I just saw that I needed to be really fast, and then there was no money coming in for me to really support myself and even support other people that are close to me. So I needed to really money. Okay, money is a key one. It still boils down to it. Your ability to solve a problem.
Baba admitted finally.
Yeah. So that was it. And then okay. I started with my phone. That's another thing some of us can actually take on. I started with my phone. Because at the point I was staying in a place where the light situation was really terrible. So most times you get to see light maybe at night. That's when we put on gen and some of those things. So I was like, I have my phone. And yes, and I didn't know how to really, get intelligent, some of all those things. I didn't know about it because I didn't have anybody that taught me. So I learned it on my own. So, and SummerLearn is there. I can actually build, I can write my Java code there and some of all those things. Somebody wrote 25 Okay, yeah, I did those nights up a lot to download videos too. I did a lot of that. Yeah. so yes, so that was it. And yes, I think for the first 4 months, I did Java alone on my phone and then intensively. So I built my first mobile app on my phone too. There was a particular, those guys were amazing. It's an app that you can use to build apps. So, but you write your real Java or your real Kotlin, and then you build your views, your LSM and everything. You build on the app, and then you compile it, and it gives you an APK. I built my first mobile app on my phone, interestingly. So and then that was it. So and then I started using Android Studio at a point when I saw that I was mature for it then. So yes, then HND came on board. At that point, this is it. One of my friends actually signed in. One of my friends signed in into my his email was actually signed in on my laptop. Is it on my laptop or on my phone? I can't remember which one actually. So and I don't. He's the kind of guy that wants to apply for all forms of internship. Anything I just apply. So his email is actually very, very bulky. You get a lot of incoming messages and the rest. So I saw Tunde and Motun internship at the time. And I was like, man, will this thing be good for me? Because I was pretty confident about myself. And I was like, this thing will it not be too basic? So I decided to join. And yeah, so when I joined it,
basic?
no, it was not. But with the level I was in, I didn't know the way I learned it actually, it was just too aggressive. You understand? If some of my friends that were with me then were, yeah, they just don't go there. It was. If someone might be talking to me and I'm on my phone, I'm actually programming. You at a point you just switch to a different conversation. I don't watch TV. I stopped all my social medias several months before I started. So I don't go on Twitter, I don't go on YouTube. Sorry, just YouTube. Don't go on any social media. So it was really very intense. So when I got on Hotels of the NG and the internship program, I was really, 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 I was really, really fired. I was really, really fired. So from the program, I was able to actually, with the way it went, I was able to actually get people that actually kind of confided in me and people that actually wanted us to, work together and all of that. And it was very helpful. So even when we finished the program, I had a lot of people that wanted to build on project with me. So it was quite easy. So even after the program, those of us that were finalists, even those of us that were not finalists, so I created a separate group because we had a group, WhatsApp group. We're all there, and okay. So I created a separate group. I told some persons that wanted to join me on projects, real life project, because I had some ideas, and then they joined me, and they were able to build, I think, several applications too, because what I wanted at that point was to get portfolio. Yes, because that's what the job market is. So, and then and most of them, they really wanted to join because the ideas were nice, the things they solve a problem and all of that. And then of course someone they were like, joining them, and then you go see learn one or two things, and that was it. And I was very, very, very desperate at the time too. So I would tell them we need to finish this up. I was a product manager at that time. Though of course I was still developing too. I thought we need to finish this up by the end of this month, or we need to finish, or so and so, have you done so and so? So what have you not done so and so? I really wanted the thing to come out. So that was it. So actually my first contract job came from Utens and NG after the program actually. Not Utens and NG itself directly, but some persons that actually saw the level of publicity.
Commitment and dedication, yeah.
Yes. So they actually contracted one of my friends, and they were like, we want you to get a team and then work on this project. So he was like, I know one mobile guy, first of all, this guy is really good. He onboarded me into the process. Then got other guys, backend guys, and backend designers and all of that. So that was that project, because it was actually on the educational space. So it was an edutech product. So it was, I really, really, really did a lot on that particular project. And with the level of work I did in that project, I was able to add it to other things that I did with HNG and the rest to actually get a job. So my first job actually was GIGM. So currently I work with GIGM and I'm still there. So I'll just leave it at now because my time should be up. Sorry, guys. All right, thank you.
Hey, Tom, we can't hear you, Tom.
Oh my, thank you, Charles. I was talking away. Thank you so much, Emma. Thank you. I hope you all heard him. So he's a mobile developer, like I said, and what I picked most from what he said is that money drove most of us into this tech thing, and you can't go wrong with that decision. Honestly, any of the decision you make to be here to learn whatever expertise, whether it's UI, front end, back end, whatever it is, you can't go wrong with this. Just be dedicated, be passionate about what you want, go for it, and trust me, the reward is huge and limitless. Thank you,
Sorry,
everyone,
so
for your time. Yeah,
sorry,
Motum, go
so I
on.
want to have something. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So I wanted to add this earlier, right? So
Yeah.
in as much as the journey sounded interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
As I would like to encourage those that are parents, because let's be honest, being a parent and being in tech is like you have to have like 10 heads at the same time. Like, let me not lie. In as much as the money is interesting, the work you have to put into it is not that interesting. Like, it's not as interesting as the money. But I believe that with support from people around you, with good time management and family that understands you, see, those three is important. Time management, support, and family that understands the nature of your job. If you don't have these three, I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't want to discourage anybody, but I think that if you can get these three, it doesn't make the journey less stressful, but it makes it easier for you to like push and do what you want to do. And at the same time, I think that you should not compare yourself with anybody, because if you compare yourself with anybody, you're setting yourself up for depression, you're setting yourself up for unhappiness. And I trust you, trust me, the unhappiness will meet you any day, anytime. So just define your own journey. Even if it's only one stack. See, I know some people say they do back end, front end, and design. See, everybody's capability is different. But my own advice is that whatever you decide to do, know it, and know it's finished. Like, they wake you up from sleep and say, come and do so and so in front end. There is no excuse. By the time you touch that system, let them be afraid that this person went above and beyond. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you very much, Motum, for that clarification. I hope now. From me, I would like to use this opportunity to give kudos to every young and old people in here and out there putting the most into this. I mean, despite all the challenges that Motum had highlighted, I can imagine how difficult, how frustrating, how time consuming, how expensive it is to try to get going. We know, we've been there, done that, we understand the pain. And trust me, it looks tough right now, but you won't go without the reward. It's only a matter of time. Just keep at it. Don't give up. Even when you feel down, please don't give up. Just keep going. In less than you can imagine, things will start turning around for good. But most importantly, like Gabesh said, build good relationship with people that get jobs done. Make friends, build network, be committed, be passionate. I mean, whatever task you have, no matter how long it takes, get it done, deliver on any project you have, and then the sky will just be your starting point. Thank you, everyone. So let's start taking the questions. So the first question I have here is when they knew the time that was okay to apply for a job in their field. So let me rephrase. When do you, as a mentor, I mean, any of the mentors can take this question and answer, please. When did you, as a mentor, know that it is time for me to go and apply for a job? Ifedili, you want to take that? I see you.
Okay. So I think it's quite different for me because I was always scared of taking up any job because I was always having imposter syndrome that, hey,
Awesome.
This is too big for you. What if you go and put hand there and spoil something? All this kind of stuff. So luckily for me, I've never all the jobs I applied for, all the job I've gotten, I didn't apply for any. I was just recommended. So someone will see me and say, oh, this guy is good, he can do this stuff, and then they recommend me and stuff. So I've not really applied for a job. So he just met me, and then I saw, okay, this is not as difficult as I thought. So I was just scared. And then I followed with the vibe. So that's just for me. I didn't, even up to now, if he left me, I would still be afraid to apply for a job. So it's just something that you learn on the job. Like once you take that first bold step, at least from the experience I got to other people, when you take that first bold step and apply, if you can get in, I don't think there's anything that can stop you again.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Fedley, for that. Our next question, please.
So that's it.
Thank you very much, Ifedele. So he answered our second question, talking about if anybody had ever experienced imposter syndrome. King Gabesh, have you? Is he still in here?
Yeah, I'm here.
So have you ever experienced imposter syndrome? How did you manage that?
Okay, let me just give a background story. So when I finished HND, then I'd done stuff, but when it got to the point where you have to apply for jobs, I thought to myself, am I ready?
Oh, okay.
And I think someone's mic on.
If you did talk.
Who is that now? Emmanuel Elia. Thank you. Let's go.
So like I was saying, so for like 2 months, I didn't do any application. I didn't apply. I didn't do anything. In my mind, I was like, I'm not ready for the industry. You get, that was my mentality as of then. And of course, eventually I got reached out to, and someone said, I want you on my team. You've been doing this. And I got started. But starting that made me realize that you can never be ready. You can never be ready. And most times the way you think of the problem from the outside is different from inside. You might think when you go there, you meet a couple of very smart engineers that will just type maybe like 2 commands and the app is up and that's it. When you get there, you might just find yourself so competitive. You are doing stuff. People are like, oh, you are doing well. So you can never be ready. And of course, that imposter syndrome is just there to let you know that you don't know everything. Just see it as a way of trying to gain more knowledge. And of course, the more you know that you don't know. So you are never, ever, ever ready. Just go for the challenge. What's the worst that could happen? So that's it for me.
Thank you very much, Gabesh. So we have another question here. The interns would like to know what our struggles have been, especially for developers in Nigeria. What are the struggles? What are the challenges you have on the job? Ifedili, you want to take that, please?
I think the struggle is normal. Like it reach everybody. You get so for me, the best thing for me is just get a location. Like when I was looking for a house to stay, because I'm still a student, so I made sure that my lodge where I'm staying had good network, like MTN and Airtel, which are my primary network source. Because in Enugu here, we don't have all these ISPs like what the name again? All these big ISPs. So I'm just used to my MTN. For personally, I don't have issues with those networks. They are okay for me here. But when I'm in other locations, like I can remember during lockdown, I had to travel back home. And every meeting I had in the afternoon was messed up. I couldn't do any meeting. So, and I don't think it's something you can avoid. I don't think it's something you can prevent. The best thing you can do is to just move to a location where there's good network, maybe a cyber cafe or anything that has good network, maybe for your calls or something like that. At least from my own experience.
Thank you very much, Fedili. Tell me why you want to say something about that.
No,
why you want to
I'm
add
good.
to that? Okay. All right. So the next question is this: how do you go about getting a remote job? How do you people get this dollar? Like, show us the way, guys. Who wants to take that?
Iliam will answer.
Iliam and who else? Where is Where is Jeff? Jeff, talk to us, please. Jeff, take this one. Jeff?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
So, well, the job I'm currently working at, honestly, was through a recommendation. And since this is pretty much the only remote US job I have done, I'd say basically when you're working with people, because it's likely that as you're growing as a developer, you take on contracts, you get to work with different people across different companies. Just keep putting in your best, because for each work you do or each job you do, people are actually watching. They might not say so, but someone is taking note that, okay, this guy's really good at this, or this guy's really good at this. And then an opportunity might come up and then someone recommends you for the role. And that just kind of makes things easier. So I'd say recommendations are one. That's like building your network. And you do this by actually being good at good at what you do. And I guess there's also the more normal way of applying for jobs, which yeah, you probably get a lot of rejections. When people post success stories, they don't usually talk about rejections. I can't even count how many rejections I've gotten, honestly. Like the mails just pile up. But you can keep applying for jobs, and then hopefully something clicks.
Thank you very much for that, Jeff. The next question: How was your first week? How were the first few weeks like at their new job? So, what was your first few weeks like on your new job? Jeff, I need your input from a foreign work environment experience. And Abbas, I need your experience based on the new, job the new role you just got with Flutter. So guys, Jeff?
Yeah, so the first few weeks, I think this will ultimately depend on the culture of the company.
I didn't catch that, sorry.
Just listen to Jeff, Gabesh. I'll come back to you. Go on, Jeff.
Okay, yes, so this will ultimately depend on the culture of the company, how they onboard new hires. But for mine, my first week I was basically on Zoom meetings, because this is a remote job. So I was basically on Zoom meetings for half of the day, like every day. And I was getting shown how to use their tools, getting to meet different people, getting to learn what these different people do and what I'd be doing, and like how all of this ties in. So your first few weeks at a job would basically just be settling in, getting to understand the culture of the company, how they work, how they like to do things, and getting used to their tools, everything they work with, really.
Thank you very much, Jeff. So, King Gabesh, the question is around the culture, not the culture directly. It says, how was your first few weeks on your new job? So, Abesh, you want to add from a local, experience point of view? Are you there,
I'll take
Abesh?
that. Local.
You know what I mean now? So, Jeff, talk from a remote point of view. And okay, yeah, like an international remote gig. So for Gabesh, come on now. Flutterwave is our local thing now. Gabesh, are you there? Is that again?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
Okay. So I just finished my orientation with Flutterwave. That was last week. And I would say it was amazing. I had like a safe landing. I got introduced to like every department. I got to know how the system works. I got to know why they do what they do. I even got to speak with the CEO, so it was really insightful, I would say. Of course, it wasn't a situation where I just jumped into code. Most companies I went to, there's a company I joined. The first day, I made a commit. I joined another company. The first day, I did demo. Imagine, like I did demo, like I did demo. The next day, actually, I worked on a feature. Next day, they were like, "Do you have anything to demo?" And I demoed, and it was crazy though. It was demo upon demo upon demo. But this one, I've not even actually, I've not actually gotten. Of course, I've gotten to the code base. Yeah, I saw it. It's amazing, an amazing product. But the HRs were nice, the people's team were nice. So it depends on the company. Some companies don't have that time. They don't have that time to actually give you 1 week of orientation. They just want you to get the job done because they need to get their products out. But for most stable companies that that have gained a little traction, orientation is good. And there was good documentation. I could run is a project that has been used for like 5 years since Flutter started, obviously. And I could run it within some hours because of good documentation. So, it depends on the company.
Awesome.
Some companies you just get there and they expect you to be like a senior engineer and just get things done.
Yeah. So let me also buttress what King Gabesh just said. So like I was saying the other time that, from a local point of view and all that, the standard they have in Flutter Wave is almost like an international standard. Like he said, in some organization, you have to almost find your way around whatever they have. But when you work with a structured organization, they have things well documented and you know what to do to get going. Just like Jeff also mentioned, with his current employment with GitHub. So thank you very much, Jeff and King Gabesh, for your contribution there. The next question is this. Did anybody ever feel like giving up? What motivates you as a developer, designer, whatever you are, to keep pushing? Who would like to take that? I want a female on that. Murewa, would you like to take that? Did you ever feel like giving up? What motivated you to keep pushing? Murewa, are you there? Omawumi, would you like to take that, please? Ladies, let them hear our voices now. Guys have been here all day. Tomisi, please. Can you guys hear me? Tomisi?
Can you hear you?
Yeah, do you the question?
Okay, Tomisi, please take the answer. Please help me respond to that. Do you ever feel like giving up on the job? What motivates you to keep going?
It's a very common answer to everybody. Yeah, I've felt like giving up a number of times, especially my current job. It's a lot because I have very little experience with leading a team. Okay, so in my current job, I'm the technical lead, and it's a lot for me because it's the first time I'm doing something like this. So because of lack of experience, it's sort of, frustrating, right? And I just want to emphasize that many times you need to do a lot of learning on the job, right? As a developer, you need to be up and doing. You need to be very proactive. You need to, your goal should be doing more than is expected or required, That way, if you don't meet that goal, you do what is expected. Do you understand? So, and that is really my goal many times. So I end up doing what is expected of me, and it can be really frustrating, right? I've said that many times. I've felt like giving up a number of times. In fact, I've thought of resigning from this particular job because, like I said, lack of experience. But one thing that actually keeps me going in this particular job and in this particular role I'm taking is, number one, it came by reference or is it recommendation? And it is the fact that I don't want to, disappoint the person that recommended me for the job. That's one. Two is the fact that I also think that I can do it. So I don't think that anything is too, difficult for me to take on. And I think that's actually the biggest motivation I have, that
Awesome.
this thing cannot be that hard. It cannot be that hard, do you understand? And so I do a lot of pep talk with myself, and I say, no, babe, you can actually do this. And I think that's the mentality everybody should have, that, no matter what role you take, no matter how, inexperienced you think you are, you can actually do it. And like I said, a lot of learning, a lot of proactivity, will keep you going. And community, I think somebody already mentioned that, being in a space, of like-minded people, will also really keep you going for technical reasons and even non-technical reasons. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Ifedili, you want to say something? I see hands up. Who's voice?
I think it's me.
Okay.
So on this stuff, last year, due to the corona stuff last year, I was almost in the throughout last year and was always good throughout last year, and I was very burnt out by December. So this year, I didn't write any line of code from throughout January because I was I was like, what's all these things? It's not good. Like I wanted to just leave all these things. I was just watching movie. I was just tired of the whole code stuff. But then I needed to come back. I needed to start writing code again, but there was just no motivation, no vibe. I felt like I've exhausted all the energy I had. But then for me to come back, I had to start doing something about it. And I couldn't motivate myself. So what I did was I started going to my guys' house, like their developers. I just stay around them. And then one of them got a new job, remote job in a blockchain company. I was like, mad. So those stuff just ignited a kind of motivation in me again. I feel like, wow, let me just start writing this code. Actually, if not remote job, I get a remote job. Just stuff like this. So I think what's helped people get out of what puts people in this situation, first of all, is burnout. So when you're overwhelmed with what you're doing and all this stuff, you get burnt out and you feel like this thing is too much for you to do. And what can help you get out of it? Trust me, you can motivate yourself out of this stuff most of the times. So you need like friends, you need community, you need people around you that kind of push you, at least from my own experience. I don't know how other people see, but I always like having people like minds around me and there are people that like encourage you and help you get out of this stuff. So that's just it.
Thank you very much, Ifedili. I hope you all remember that Ifedili is still a student and is cashing out already. Baba, we hear you. All right, so on to our next question. As a UI UX designer, would you advise starting out first as a freelancer or looking for jobs? As a UI UX designer, would you advise starting out first as a freelancer or looking for a job? So when you say as a freelancer, you're basically looking for a job. So it's two ways. So we need to be sure of what this question is. Is it like, something you do and then you get paid one-off, or a monthly gig? So I'm suspecting that is what the question is. So Julia, you want to take that, please?
Okay. First of all, I'll say there's no there's no rule to these things. Being a freelancer allows you the opportunity to work on various projects and even build your portfolio, and something that benefits you, especially since you are starting out. But then again, even getting a job as the first thing is, if you have the experience to do that job good, you're good to go. But then, as someone once told me, he said he would advise anyone to start with a design agency. Why? Because they have the chance to work on multiple projects at a time. So that way you can be able to build your portfolio, have enough experience, and also just know the stuff. So basically, you can decide to want to start as a freelancer and work on certain projects until you feel like, okay, you're ready to move on to getting something full time. But then again, you can start out as you want. There's no rule to this thing. But this is my opinion.
Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you so very much. So I saw a question in the works on YouTube. They've been asking this question every time they come online. They just want to know, as an entry-level developer or whatever, whether UI, front end, back end, they want to know the entry salary expectation. I mean, for me, when I see that, I'm like, interns putting the cart before the horse. But really, let's be realistic. Everybody wants to know what is the need for them before they get into it. So will somebody do us the honor of educating them on what their expectation should be across each skill set? for a front-end person, for a back-end person, and all of that. Anybody want to help? Where are the dons? Emmanuel, you want to take that? Damilola Ige. Yes, thank you.
Okay. For salary expectation, it's widely varied. It widely varies. You will be shocked that I know a lot of people nowadays look at tech and like, okay, it's money spinning and everything. But unfortunately, we have some Nigerian companies, and I still have friends that are working at working for meager monthly salaries. I can tell that there are some developers in Nigeria today that are still in as low as 80,000, 70,000 naira per month. It's unfortunate, but it happens. But again, as an entry-level person, like for anything, or like in any other area of life, it's good to shoot higher. So even my first dev job, I think the first my expectation there was about 300 plus. That was what I just felt, at least entering into this industry and everything. But again, I was offered.
Hey.
That
Somebody you are calling. Let's be realistic.
that was my own expectation. Like I just felt that's what it should be. But
please let me ask you a question to clarify that. Sorry, Damilola. Let me ask you a question to clarify that. When you were doing that, tell me it was more of a transition, because I'm not sure that was immediately you got out of school that you got that. I'm sure you've had portfolio of things you've had going that you could use to pitch for that amount. That's very important, because I don't want anybody to finish that NG and start telling recruiters 300 or no deal.
Okay, that's actually awesome. That was a good check, actually. Tom. That was a good check to. I was actually transitioning. My previous job was paying 150, so definitely I wasn't expecting anything below 150 going into tech. And the fact that I've had some experiences, even if it's not tech-wise, so coming into tech and everything, I was looking at using all that experience to now sell myself more. And I think thankfully it worked. Though it didn't quite work out the way I wanted, because the first job I got, they just paid me, I think it was just 20,000 naira more. I was getting 170, and it was going to be in Lagos. I was working in Abuja and I was getting 150. So it was looking foolish, taking up like with that 20,000 naira difference, going to Lagos
from Abuja to Lagos.
With a family in Abuja. So everybody was just looking at me like, why? And everything. But I knew I needed that experience. So I just decided to, okay, just take it. And I went to Lagos. But thank God I did that, because the next one I took, I wouldn't say the salary now, but at least it was more than a 400% increase on that. And it was based on that experience I had with that Lagos company.
That Lagos,
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So
thank you.
It was based on that and everything. So from entry level salary in tech, you just I think the company profile is also important. You get, so you can't just say this is what you want, or just know the company profile. A lot of companies are out there that are ready to pay an intern 200 plus, and there are some that are not ready to give you anything more than 50,000 naira. So it all depends on the company profile and what you are bringing to the table as well.
Thank you so very much, Damilola. That, in fact, you've shattered the table. And that brings me to something I like to talk about when I was transitioning into product management. Because I wanted to earn my skill and be the best, I had to leave a job that was paying me some big figure to another that was paying me about 80% of what I was previously earning. And within the space of 6 months, I eventually got what I was getting before I did the transition, I did the switch. So sometimes when you're transitioning, sometimes I have to bid lower because of the future gain, which is what you did here. Moving from Abuja, everybody felt it was stupid. But you know that if you get to Lagos, it will open doors to many opportunities. So sometimes you have to weigh your options and then go with what is best for your future projection. So thank you very much for that. Do we have further questions? Let me go on YouTube, see if we have anything right now. So far, I can't see any question, but I would like somebody from the mentors that are still in school to give us a pep talk on how you can make money while you are still in school. This should even be like another career session on its own. But yeah, you know, the way our system is, it will be a good opportunity, especially now that things are just, I don't even know. I don't know how you guys are doing it. I don't know. My heart breaks every time I read and I see people like you guys in here want to do so much. And the system, I mean, education system can be blessed. Let me use that word. So I would like Alvin to give us a pep talk on how, as a student, you can make money while you also ensure that you get your degree. Please, I love dropouts. I love dropouts. Please hold on, Okoro. So I love dropouts like Bill Gates. I love dropouts like did Mark drop out? Mark Zuckerberg, I'm not sure. But all those international dropouts, I like them because the environment allows them to fly even after dropping out. But in Nigeria, please don't drop out. Alvin, please, over to you.
Okay, hello guys. I don't know if you can hear me. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can
Okay,
hear you,
fine.
Alvin.
So, okay, that's fine. My name is Alvin, and yeah,
Alvin,
I'm a student.
do you have an audio playing? Alvin, do you have an audio playing? Thank you,
yeah, let
Alvin.
me
Let's
read
go.
it. Okay, I don't know if it's clear now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so yeah, I'm a student. Currently a computer science student of the University of Nigeria. So and yeah, it's combining work and school is very, very difficult. Currently, I got my first job when I was in first year, and that was a contract job through recommendation from one of my mentors. So at first, it was very, very difficult to combine because I have to be in class during the day, and at night I have to be working. So first, the very first thing I did was to explain to the company that I was still a student, and the company, well, they understood, and they were not ready to let me go. That was the thing. They decided to reduce the number of hours I have to give in a week, and they had to place me on code maintenance of writing codes every day. So I was just working with code maintenance. We look at codes pushed by people or those working in the company, and then give recommendations or then corrections to it. Well, there are several ways of making money in school, and currently, though I'm not with the company, currently I'm on a contract job through recommendation again in school. So that was through friends who are computer experts, who are programmers. So I tried making friends with them, and that was how I got the job. And also there are several ways, like those in final years, you can as well meet them. That's those under physical science faculty, the computer science, math, statistics, those who are being given the project to create websites for their final projects. You can as well meet them. Most of them don't know it. So you can as well meet them, explain yourself to them. You can see that at the end of the day, they might get the project to you and then pay you a huge sum of money. Like currently, I'm handling like 3 projects from final year students that are with my team. So not just me, with my team. So that's what I do. We get jobs outside and also within our department too. And then we also try applying for jobs like which are not full-time but part-time jobs as well will give us time. But honestly, I won't advise anyone to drop out from school because of this programming stuff. The programming, yeah, it can wait actually. It's your bonus. If you keep on learning while you're in school, at least if you're, for example, if you're studying a 4 years course in university, by the time you're done with university, you must have a 4 years experience practicing. And as well, when you hit the job, you will get it actually. So I won't advise anyone, rather continue with your education. But if you see an opportunity to hit that job, I will advise you to hit it and get the cash.
Please don't drop out. Thank you very much for emphasizing that, Alvin. I mean, I've seen people who are so good on the job that companies will know they are still in school, but will still pay them cool money because they are good. So you have time to make money and also finish your education. So for whatever it is in Nigeria, please don't drop out. It's not an option. Thank you. Jovial Call, you want to say something?
Yes. I wanted to say something. Just a quick one. Hope you all can hear me quickly. Very clear. Yes,
Yeah, we
Yes,
can.
we can hear you. We can hear you.
okay. I want to confirm that. So it's just a quick one. About making money in school. Actually, I will advise that you also don't wait till you get maybe HTML or CSS or JavaScript, something that maybe a project. You can go on with WordPress. Like you can do something for WordPress, do it quickly, and also have time for other things. You understand? So you must not wait for something like React or Vue.js, even though you're learning Vue.js or React. So that WordPress shouldn't be something difficult. Why I mentioned WordPress is that it's easier for you. You can just do the project for the person, customer in 2 weeks, in 3 days or 4 days, and you can also have time for the other activities. And like somebody that someone did for who is in abroad, the person started with $500, and some of these people they pay higher. So it's just a quick tip I want to drop. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jovia. Julia, you want to say something? You can have the go.
Okay, so yeah, being a student is not easy as been established before. In my own experience, I studied a very hectic course and I have to be in class from 8 to 5. And by the time I'm back, I'm usually very tired or I have to read for a test or something else. So finding the time is always not easy. But then I figured out, okay, I could like this is for me. I could find time in between classes that maybe lecturer doesn't show up on time, and I could use my computer and do some little work. So it doesn't get easier, but I think if you have that motivation or the will to go on, because realize that nothing is easy, and you have to put in work to get the results. So you have to make out time personally to be able to do what you want to do. And also about making money online, me, I've always been sort of like a person who likes to do stuff online with my computer or my phone or something. So earlier, before transitioning fully into tech, I used to be a freelancer. I learned how to design websites on WordPress. I even did some writing jobs on this freelancer platform, Upwork, freelancer, and yeah. So you can actually, if you like virtual jobs, you can even gig, you can get referral for gigs from your friends, from people that know what you do. So that's how you can get job as a student. And yeah.
Thank you very much for that, Julia. Thank you. So we have 3 more minutes to round up with this. Just 1 or 2 more questions. From your experience, how do you negotiate with your client for pay? And do you get paid before or after service? Who would like to take that? So this is like from a freelance. I mean, for those that are in school or those with gigs that are not on a monthly basis. So
Yeah.
how do you negotiate for pay? Who is taking that? You have 1 minute to take that, please.
Actually, I freelance a lot, like even till now, and the approach that works for me personally, I feel like even for the clients is you pay me on deliverables. So what happens is that if we are working on, let's say we're working on a user dashboard or an admin dashboard that requires modules. If I deliver a module, I get paid. I move to the next module. That way, it makes me work fast and it also keeps you accountable. So I also avoid the pressure where you pay me before the job. Because if you pay me before the job and you tell me I need this to deliver in a month or something of that sort, and I can't meet up, and I'll be under more pressure. Or you might say you pay me after the job, I end up doing the job, I need to chase you up and down. But if we're on the same page where we have a roadmap where you tell me, okay, by week 2, I'll be delivering the user module and I'll be getting paid this. That way on that approach has always worked for me. I think that approach was introduced to my clients. The first client I worked with, that was how he was paying me. So when I move forward with other clients, I just suggest that and it works out for both of us. So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you very much, King Gabesh. So one other question. What advice would you give me, a final year student working on a startup idea with my friends? So the idea is expected to fix frictions for small businesses in Africa. So basically, this person is still in school and it's more he or she is starting like a startup with friends. So what idea? Hey, my dear, I would like to take that. And if you have any comment, please put up your hand. So first, before you get started, I have a legal document that binds yourself and whoever these people you would like to deal with. on this project. It's very important, so nobody feels like because life happens, shit happens, and people can get really funny when money start coming into something. So before you get started at all, have an agreement, whether written, just make it simple. That okay, this is what we are doing, this is what everybody is responsible for, and this is how we intend to share the money when it starts to come, or this is how we intend to put money into this business and all of that. Just have all of those things out, and for me, start from there. Then going forward, research online about how to get your project running. It's a whole lot. Don't let's talk about it here. If you don't know what to do, you can talk to me in private or get a product manager or a project manager to help you put things together. So yeah, anybody else want to add to that? Anybody? Thank you. Now I saw another question, a quick one, where a copper is asking that, oh, I'm still in school, I'm a copper, I want to work, how much? I'm not sure I got that question correctly, but what I sense you were trying to say is, if as a copper you get an IT job, will you be paid, what a regular IT person is paying? If the company knows that you're a copper, of course, they'll pay you like a copper. But if you're an asset and they know you are very good, they might not pay you as a copper. Even if they know you're a copper, they will treat you well. So it's two ways, and it depends on how you pay your card with the company. Hope that answers that question. So thank you, everyone, for your time. It's 4:30. It's quarter to go. I appreciate everybody's contributions, the mentors from Gabesh to Tomiwa, to Tomisi, to Motum, Jovia, Ifedili, all of you guys, Damilola, you guys did amazing. Thank you. It's a wonderful session. I also learned a lot. And for all the interns that, were available from 3 o'clock till now, you guys are the real MVP. So we hope you had a wonderful time here. And as we look forward to having another session, maybe in a week or two, for career talk, have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye.